Welcome back to the JB podcast. Today we're diving into a topic that's as uncomfortable as it is transformative: rejection therapy. Now, before you think I'm suggesting something extreme, hear me out. This is a game changer for building resilience, confidence, and ultimately success. Rejection therapy is all about intentionally putting yourself in situations where you are likely to be rejected. Why? Because rejection is one of the most universal fears we face, and it's also one of the biggest barriers to reaching our potential. But here's the thing: rejection isn't personal, it's just a moment, a decision, a circumstance. When we learn to separate our self-worth from the outcome, we become unstoppable. Let's break this down into why rejection therapy works and how you can actually implement it into your life. First off, rejection therapy rewires how we view failure. Think about it. Every time you're rejected, it feels like a tiny jab at your ego, right? But what if, instead of running from it, you leaned into it? The more you expose yourself to rejection, the more you realise it's not the end of the world. It's just another step in the process. And here's the magic. Over time, you stop fearing rejection altogether. Instead, you see it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and keep going. As Thomas Edison once said, "I've not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Every rejection is simply another step closer to success. Now let's talk about implementation. How do you actually do rejection therapy? It's simple. Start small and build up. Here are some ways you can incorporate it into your daily life. 1. Ask for something unreasonable. Next time you're at a cafe, ask for a discount. The goal isn't to get the discount, but to get comfortable with hearing no. If they've said no, you've succeeded, because you're training yourself to handle rejection. Alternatively, try asking for something unusual, like a customized drink that's not on the menu. It's not about the outcome, but it's about normalizing the discomfort. 2. Strike up conversations. Talk to strangers at the gym, in the queue at the supermarket, or even on the street. It doesn't have to be deep or profound. The point is to step out of your comfort zone and risk the awkwardness of a lukewarm response. You could even ask a stranger for directions, even if you already know the way. It's about taking small steps to embrace vulnerability. Number 3, pitch an idea. If you're in a work environment, share a bold idea in a meeting. Maybe it'll be shot down, maybe it won't. But either way, you're flexing your rejection muscles. This also works in personal settings. Suggest a new activity to your friends that they might not be keen on. Either way, you've practiced taking a chance. Number 4, make a bold request. Ask for something you've been hesitant to ask for: a raise, a favour, or an opportunity. The worst case scenario, you'll hear no. But now you're one step closer to not letting that stop you. Even asking for a different seat in a restaurant or requesting an upgrade on your next train journey can serve as a small, impactful exercise. Each time you face rejection, take a moment to reflect. What did you learn? How did it feel? And how did you bounce back? This reflection is crucial because it turns rejection from a perceived failure into a powerful lesson. As Winston Churchill once said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." Let's talk about why rejection therapy is so transformative. First, it builds resilience. Life's going to throw you challenges, and rejection is just one of them. When you get used to hearing no, you become more adaptable and less afraid to take risks. Second, it boosts your confidence. Think about it. When you're no longer afraid of rejection, you're free to chase after what you really want. You're no longer held back by the fear of what others might think of you or say. And finally, rejection therapy teaches you the art of persistence. Most of the time, success doesn't happen on the first try. It's about knocking on doors until one opens. Rejection isn't a wall, it's a stepping stone. Here's something I want you to keep in mind. Some of the most successful people in the world faced rejection over and over again. J.K. Rowling, rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter became a phenomenon. Oprah, told she was unfit for TV. Michael Jordan, cut from his high school basketball team. The difference between them and everyone else is that they didn't let rejection define them, they let it refine them. Let's also touch on the emotional aspect of rejection. It stings because it taps into our innate need for connection and validation. But understanding that rejection is only circumstantial rather than personal can be liberating. Maybe the person who turned you down was having a bad day, or your timing wasn't right. Recognizing this helps detach your self-worth from the outcome. So here's your challenge. For the next week, I want you to intentionally put yourself in situations where you might hear no. It doesn't have to be big. Start with something small, like asking for a free upgrade or reaching out to someone you admire for advice. Whatever it is, do it with the mindset that rejection isn't failure, it's growth. If you feel bold, document these experiences in a journal. Write down what you tried, the response, and how you felt afterwards. Over time, you'll notice patterns of growth and resilience. Remember, the goal isn't to avoid rejection, it's to embrace it, learn from it, and come out stronger. Rejection isn't the end, it's just the beginning of something new. As Nelson Mandela once said, I never lose, I either win or learn. Before we wrap up, let's quickly recap. Today we explored how rejection therapy can help reframe failure, build resilience, boost confidence, and teach persistence. We discussed practical ways to implement it, like asking for something unreasonable, striking up conversations, pitching bold ideas, and making bold requests. We also talked about the emotional aspect of rejection and how understanding its circumstantial nature can be freeing. The key takeaway? Rejection isn't the end, it's a stepping stone to growth and success. It's not personal. That's all for today's episode of the JB podcast. Thanks for tuning in. And if you found this valuable, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to let me know how your rejection therapy journey goes. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.